Hey, it's Nay, and I'm turning 30 this year. To commemorate this moment, I want to share a list of 30 truths that have helped mold me into the woman that I am today and could possibly help others navigate along their personal journeys. Now, this video is meant to be a conversation, so as I move through this list, if you feel like I've missed anything or if you have any of your own personal truths that you would like to share, leave it all down below in the comments. Now, without further ado, here are 30 truths to learn before you turn 30. This first truth is probably one of the most important truths that I'm going to share throughout this entire video, and that is be present. Being present means when you're at an event or you're at a location or you're with somebody, you're 100% there. That is in body and in your mind. One of the biggest problems we have is that we'll be at a party or we'll be out with friends and our mind is still at work, or our mind is still at the house thinking about the clothes that we didn't take out the dryer. What we don't realize is that we miss out on a lot of life when we don't allow ourselves to just be in the moment. Our body can only be in one place at a time, and we need to start allowing our minds to do the same. Number 2, it's okay to do the thing. The thing is whatever skill or hobby or experience that you've wanted to have that you've been putting off because of some magical reason that you made up in your mind. I'm too old, I'm too this, I'm too that. No. It's never the wrong time to do the things that you want to do to make yourself happy. For example, the thing for me was this YouTube channel. I've been watching YouTube since I was in high school, and I always wanted to start a YouTube channel and see what it was like to go out here and have different experiences and edit and share them with people, but I kept coming up with reasons why I shouldn't do it. I'm not interesting enough, I'm not this, I'm not that. One day, with a lot of coercion, which we'll get into later, I finally started recording my first vlog, and the amount of satisfaction I have from being able to do something that I've wanted to do for so long is unmatched, and it's something that you won't experience if you don't give yourself the opportunity to do so. Number 3, those are not your friends. If you have people in your life that are always giving you backhanded compliments, or you notice that they praise other people for their successes and for some reason, they're just not enthused about anything good that you have going on in your life, those people are not your friend. If you feel anxious as you stand in your bathroom getting ready to go hang out with these people, they're probably not your friends. If talking to them on the phone drains you, or being around them in general drains you, those are not your friends. Just go ahead and move on. No matter how much you like them, no matter how much they check a box for you, your body will tell you that someone is bad for you way before the person will ever show you that they're bad for you. So listen to your body and don't ignore the signs that are clearly pointing you in the direction to let you know that these people are no good for you. Just go ahead, cut them off early, and save yourself a lot of pain and heartbreak. Number 4, don't do it just because everybody else is doing it. There's this trend I've seen amongst the people in my life that if everyone's going to a certain vacation location, all of a sudden everybody wants to take vacation there. If everybody is buying a certain kind of bag, all of a sudden everybody wants to buy this bag. In the process of trying to have the same experiences as everyone else and trying to have the same thing as everyone else, you're neglecting the things that you might actually want. You're taking away your ability to seek out things for yourself that actually make you happy. For example, one of my birthdays, I wanted to go to California, but I ended up going to Jamaica with some friends because everyone was going to Jamaica. Now, it was fun, but the entire time I was there, I was thinking about how I could have taken the money that I went to work and gave all my hard-earned time and labor to. I could have taken that same money and spent it on a trip that I actually wanted to take instead of going along with what everyone else wanted to do. Number 5, misery loves company. I had a friend once. We were friends in college and we graduated college and we were still friends, right? Boom, Darius pops up. So now I'm with Darius. I'm on the phone with this college friend. She says to me,
"I'm happy that you have a boyfriend and all, but I'm just trying to figure out why I'm the only one out here that has to be alone, and why does everyone else get to be happy?"
What is that? I'll give you another example. When I started my YouTube channel, like how every YouTuber is when they first start their channel, we're trying to get our rhythm. We're trying to make videos that attract people and attract subscribers and attract views. As long as my page only had 150 or 200 subscribers, everyone came to me with all of these suggestions about what I could do to make my content better, and you should do this and you should do that. Then Out of nowhere, when the channel started gaining some traction, now no one wants to talk about my channel anymore. My channel was a hot topic as long as it wasn't growing, because it was a negative aspect of my life that people felt like they could exploit to make me feel miserable like them. If you have those kind of people in your life, get rid of them. Number 6, decorate your living space for you. When I moved into my first apartments, I spent so much time and money making sure that my living space was comfortable for other people, right? So I made sure that I had the seating, I made sure that I had things on the walls that fit other people's taste, because I wanted them to like the apartment that I was paying for when they came over to visit me. As a result, I have now had to backtrack and redecorate the entire apartment to fit my tastes, because I never gave myself the ability to decide what I liked initially. So I just wasted a bunch of money. When you move into your house, decorate your house for you, because you're the one paying for it. Number 7, experience things yourself before passing judgment. There are so many people out there that say they don't want to do things, not because they've experienced something similar, but because they're listening to other people. For example, one of the biggest debates that you'll find on TikTok is the difference between Carnival and Virgin Voyages and Royal Caribbean. Now, it's okay to look to TikTok and people in your life for advice about things, but you ultimately will not know how you will react in specific situations or specific environments unless you experience it yourself. So to say that you're not going to take a specific kind of cruise, or you're not going to go to a specific kind of restaurant just because of the opinions of other people, you're robbing yourself from being able to make your own judgments. Number 8, don't take advice from someone who's not where you want to be. Let's say you have a friend, right? On the one hand, she dresses really nice, hair is always laid, she always picks these unique pieces that fit her body perfectly. But at the same time, you also know that she can't cook to save her life, right? She can burn a pot of boiling water. So with said friend, I'm going to go to that friend for fashion advice. I'm going to ask her where I should go to find unique pieces that fit my body. I'm not going to ask her for tips on how I can jazz up my Thanksgiving mac and cheese recipe. And I know that's a far-fetched example, but what I'm trying to illustrate is when seeking advice about real life issues, you really need to watch who you're seeking this advice from. If I have a friend who I know that she has 4 boyfriends, I'm not gonna then ask her for advice on how to make my relationship stronger. Number 9, they did it, but it doesn't mean everyone else will. Now, I know I just got done talking about misery loves company and bad friends, but the truth of the matter is we have to treat everyone with a blank slate. Just because my last group of friends or my last friend hurt me or was a negative energy in my life does not mean that everyone who comes into my life is going to bring that same negative energy. Just because the person in my last relationship cheated on me doesn't mean that the person in my next relationship will cheat on me. So I cannot bring those same walls and boundaries and that negative energy that I had in this previous relationship and attribute it to the new relationship with the person who hasn't done the things that the previous people have done to me. Number 10, let go of those grudges. The person who hurt you back in 2010 has moved on with their lives. They have gone on trips, they've gotten new cars, they've gone on to make families, they doing everything they want to do in life, and you still sitting here stuck in the past because you can't let go. That negative energy that you feel towards that person is not hurting anybody but you. Number 11, don't make your job your identity. There's this manager at my job. His name is Manager Jermaine Jones, but we call him Manager Jones for short. One day I was processing Manager Jones's evaluation for one of his employees. So just checking through the paperwork, making sure everything was good, right? So on the second page of this evaluation, Manager Jones was supposed to put his initials. Well, instead of putting JJ as the initials on the manager line, he put MJ, Manager Jones. Sir, your first name is Jermaine, not Manager. Please make sure you have an identity outside of your job. It is never that serious. Number 12, take breaks. You guys, no matter what a break looks like for you, if it's a Sudoku puzzle, if it's a video game, if it's interpretive dance, I need you guys to remember to take breaks. When they say Rome wasn't built in a day, what they really mean is it's okay for you to sit your butt down. Number 13, it's okay to go to therapy. Now, I'm not trying to push therapy on anybody. I'm not trying to make you do something you don't want to do. But whenever someone says they wish they could go to therapy and I ask them why they don't go, they say,
because I don't want them to know all my business.
Y'all, these people are professionals, and the woe is me's that you tell them are no different than the other 20 woe is me clients that they had sitting in their office this month. Fun fact, this channel actually got started as a result of a therapy session. I ended up selecting a therapist that gave me homework assignments. So throughout our sessions, my therapist realized I didn't have any hobbies. I never took breaks. My job was my identity. One day she finally asked me, well, what is something that you've always wanted to do, or what is your thing? And I told her that I was always interested in starting a YouTube channel. So she said that by our next session, I will have needed to record and edit a YouTube video. I didn't have to upload it, but hey, here we are. Number 14, pay attention to where your money goes. Are you broke, or do you just not pay attention to what you're spending every check? Here's what I want you to do. I want you to print out your bank statement, and I want you to highlight all the things that you know you probably shouldn't have bought. And you will be surprised at the amount of money that you could have saved had you not bought those things. I'm talking about the Amazon, I'm talking about Grubhub, talking about DoorDash. I'm even talking about Uber Eats and Uber, because you probably could have gotten a car and got the food much faster and at a quarter of the price that you paid, but you was being lazy. And number 15 is learn how to cook. Now, I've already covered the reasons why in the last one, but I feel like it's important enough that it deserves its own spot on this list of greatness. Number 16, leave those credit cards alone. Y'all, credit cards are all fun and games until it's time to pay them off and they done messed up your credit score. Okay? If you do not have the money to pay it back, you do not need to be spending that money. Credit cards are a trap. And like I said, it's all fun and games until it's time to get a car, it's time to get a house, an apartment, a loan for whatever reason, and you can't because that credit score is in the pits, or you've had to file bankruptcy. So y'all, I know that credit cards are a necessary evil, but just be careful. Number 17, healthy communication is key. One of the main issues that people have in every relationship is that they don't know how to communicate in a healthy manner. For example, you have a family member or a roommate, somebody you live with, and they keep leaving their crusty toothpaste container on your side of the sink. Instead of saying,
you need to get your crusty toothpaste off my side of the sink, and while we talking about it, your breath still stank after you use this toothpaste anyway.
Instead of saying that, you can calmly walk up to them and say, hey, it feels like you're not respecting the boundaries that we set up in the bathroom. It really bothers me when I come in the bathroom and your toothpaste is on my side. You see how much better the second one was than the first one? And I know the first version of what I said is usually the fastest thing to come out of our mouths, but that's not conducive to a long-lasting relationship, no matter what kind of relationship that is. Number 18, if it makes you uncomfortable, you should probably be doing it. Now, when I say uncomfortable, I don't mean things that you are deathly afraid of or things that can be humiliating. I'm talking about the thing that makes you uncomfortable, but you love doing. So for example, karaoke. There's a lot of people who love singing, they love karaoke, but when it comes time to get that mic and sing in front of everybody, they seize up. Or like public speaking, or being by yourself. Things that we shy away from doing, but could actually make us stronger as people. So for example, it's been very uncomfortable to shoot this video in this park today. Y'all haven't seen them, but people have been looking at me crazy this entire time. But this is the only location that I could think of that would be perfect for this video, so I had to do it. And here we are, see? You'd be missing out on this prime advice and entertainment if I wasn't out here making myself uncomfortable. That's what I'm talking about. Number 19, don't be afraid to do things by yourself. So it's back in 2019 and Beyonce came to Atlanta, the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, right? I was so excited. I called all my friends, I called everybody, family members. I was like, yo, Beyonce's here, Beyonce's here, Beyonce's here. Nobody wanted to go see Beyonce. So guess what happened? I didn't go see Beyonce, all because I was waiting on other people to come with me to do something that I wanted to do. If we feel like we always have to wait on other people to come along with us to have experiences, we're gonna keep missing out on experiences, you guys. It's okay to go and do things by yourself. And you never know, when you get there, you may end up finding a group of people who went by themselves, and now you have a whole new group of friends. Number 20, buy things you absolutely love. It's just another way I'm trying to help y'all save money, folks. Stop all that impulse buying and stop buying things that you kind of like. That's how we end up with houses and closets full of trash that we never use or will never wear again because we bought it because we kind of liked it in the moment, or we impulse bought it. Fun fact, used to work at Walmart. That area in the front by the register that they make you snake through with all those little items, it's literally called impulse because they want to trick you into making impulse purchases right before you leave the store. Number 21, take pictures. Y'all, time is flying. We're all busy. We all have 1,000 things to do, and snapping pictures of moments is the only way that you'll get to preserve these moments with all the things that we have going on. Snap pictures of your friends, of your family, of yourself. I'm not trying to get sad here, but you never know when you could be snapping your last moment with somebody, or you could be snapping the last picture of someone in the current state that they're in, you know? So yeah, take your pictures. I was going through my camera roll yesterday, and there were things that I had done this year that I had already forgotten about, and we're only in October. Imagine how important those pictures are gonna be to me this time next year, or this time 5 to 10 years from now. Number 22, don't compare yourself to people on social media. These folks on social media, they're using filters, they're using Photoshop, they're going to get their bodies done, they're putting on pounds and pounds of makeup. They're using the proper lighting, and the ones you see who always have the most perfectly posed pictures of themselves, or are always able to post 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times a day, those people have teams running their channel for them, okay? You cannot compare yourself to anyone really, but specifically wanted to talk about social media because it's something that takes up a lot of our lives. Most of the time, you are only seeing the most posed, poised, and beautiful moments of their lives. So don't bother comparing yourself to that. Don't bother comparing your success to the success of other people on social media, because the person with the $10,000 apartment, they could be scamming, they could be selling drugs. You don't know what these people got going on. So just don't pay attention to that. Majority of what you see on social media is not real, especially the stuff that they push to you. Number 23, be authentic. I will never forget, I was a junior in high school, and I was in forensics class. Now, forensics was an elective, so there were juniors and seniors in the class. Pause. Back when I was in school, I tried really hard to be really nice to people because I wanted people to like me. So whether I liked you or not, I was nice to you because I wanted you to like me for some reason. I don't know what that was about. But back to forensics class, right? So forensics class was an elective. There were juniors and seniors in this class. So it was the last week of school. I was a junior, he was a senior. This senior went around the entire class and started telling people exactly how he felt about them because it was his last day of school. So he went to everybody he talked to, it was positive. When he got to me, you wanna know what he said? He said, "Danae, I don't like you." So for me, this was like a double insult. Number one, because I didn't like him either. But number two, I had spent all year trying to create this personality that was likable to everybody just for him to come to me talking about he didn't like me. From then on, I decided that I would never waste my time trying to make myself more digestible for the comfort of other people. And it's been very rewarding. The people who like me now, like me for me. And the people who don't like me now, don't like me for me. But either way, I didn't have to put any extra effort into myself for them to draw the conclusion that they drew. 24, don't feel pressured to do the things you don't want to do. Somebody having a birthday party and you don't want to do it, don't go. Somebody having a wedding and you don't want to go, don't go. Everybody wants to go meet up at a restaurant that you don't want to go to, don't go. Simple. There's no point in making yourself uncomfortable to appease other people when those same people will turn around and they're not going to give you any special consideration when they make their decisions about whether or not they're going to attend an event for you or do something that's special to you simply because of you. What I'm trying to say here is be selfish. But with that selfishness, I need you to also healthily communicate your boundaries with people who invite you to do things. See what I did there? 25. Stop showing up for those who don't show up for you. I think I've already said enough about this one. Number 26, love your body. Now, I know that we all have something that we wish we could change about ourselves, and that's cool. That's part of being human. But what I want everyone to do is to start treating yourself or looking at yourself the way you look at someone you love. And when you look at someone you love, they don't have no imperfections, okay? The nose might be a little crooked, but you accept it because it's them and you love them. So what's the difference between you accepting that person's crooked nose and you accepting your crooked nose? Even if you go and get said nose fixed, you're always going to feel self-conscious about how your nose looks because you have built up this narrative in your mind that there's something wrong with the way you look. So no matter if you get it fixed, no matter if you buy it, get your implants where you want to get them, you're always going to feel like you're less than or something is wrong with your appearance if you don't learn to accept your appearance and love yourself for how you have been uniquely made. Number 27, if they don't pay your bills, their opinions don't matter. If you're not feeding me, if you're not paying my rent, and you're not making sure I have a safe place to stay at night, your opinion does not matter. Number 28, you're at exactly where you're meant to be right now. We typically want things faster than we're able to properly receive them. For example, I want you to think about something that you feel like you got later than you actually wanted to get it. Think about the mindset you were in when you originally wanted to meet this goal, and think about the mindset you had when you actually met this goal. It's two totally different people. So where you are right now is where you are meant to be based on where you are mentally and what you are ready to accept and appreciate right now in your life, if that makes sense. For example, say you really want to be in a relationship. You want that relationship right now. Have you done the things that you needed to do to make sure that when your partner does come along, that you're going to be a quality partner to them? Or are you just sitting there talking about there's nothing wrong with me, why am I single? Number 29, be aggressive about your peace. No one's gonna walk up to you and say, here you go, here's some peace. No one's gonna walk up to you and say, here you go, here's a break. Here you go, here's that thing that you always wanted to do. I'm just gonna hand it to you on a silver platter. That's not gonna happen. You have to aggressively wake up every day and plan your life around making sure that you maintain an environment for yourself that allows you to experience peace at least at some point in the day. For some people, that could be waking up 2 hours earlier than they need to so that they can meditate before they take their shower in the morning and get ready for work. For some people, that could be making sure that they have a dedicated hour and a half every day that they can use to go to the gym. For some people, that could mean having a dedicated 30 minutes to lay on the floor with their eyes closed and just breathe. When it comes to peace, you have to identify what peace is for you and what brings you peace, and you have to make sure that you are fighting every day to get that peace any means necessary. Number 30, you only live once. Y'all, I know Drake said it in the song and we all put it as the hashtags on our posts and we all say it as a joke, but it's really true. You only live once. You only have one opportunity to do everything that you want to do in life. You need to start thinking that way. You need to start living that way. You need to live unapologetically. You need to be aggressive about the things that you want to get done and accomplish for yourself and try to experience all of the experiences that you want to experience. And you also want to make sure that you're not letting anyone else get into your head and cloud your judgment about the decisions that you need to make, especially when the decisions that you're making are what's best for you. That's it for the 30 truths that I have for you guys. Let me know in the comments if I missed anything, if you would like for me to elaborate more on any of the truths I shared with y'all, and also share your truths with me down below. So if you like this video, don't forget to hit the like and the subscribe button so you don't miss any of my future videos. See you next time.